Oh, it is something else to watch those children. And I mean, they love each other, but they just...
Good afternoon, everyone.
That's true.
My name is Andy Shannon. I'm the provost. And on this transcendently beautiful day, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our celebration of the public opening of Pendleton West. With this project, which has been almost a decade in the planning and even longer in anticipation, Wellesley's visual and performing art spaces have been transformed. Transformed to foster creative dialogue and cross-disciplinary collaboration. Transformed to enable innovation in new media while preserving the vitality of traditional disciplines. Transformed to support individual artistic practice as well as communal experiences of investigation and performance. The building architects of Kieran Timberlake and the landscape architects of Michael van Valkenburg have renewed this precious corner of our campus on the slopes of Norumbega Hill. They have created beautiful and functional spaces for our students and faculty. And they have introduced a welcoming and inspiring new portal into the academic quad. Before I introduce one of the centerpieces of our celebration of this magnificent project, I'd like to take a moment to recognize and to thank the people who generously supported this important renovation and addition from the very beginning. We are truly and eternally grateful for their vision and their investment in the arts at Wellesley. I'd like to recognize Trustee Emeritus Bill Kaiser, Trustee Emerita Beth Pfeiffer, class of 1973. Trustee Lynn Johnston, class of 1964, and her husband Paul. In addition to the North Terrace, they've also donated from their own collection 2 works by contemporary fiber artist Sheila Hicks that now hang in beautiful Pendleton West. Trustee Deborah De Hoyos, class of 1975, her husband Walter Carlson. Midge Paley, class of 1978, and her husband Simon. Marguerite Orr Pitts, class of 1966. Cindy Sargent, class of 1960. And Liz Desmond, class of 1983. While not all of these extraordinary benefactors could be here today, please join me in expressing our heartfelt thanks to them. Our celebration today includes performances by Bandaloops, the acclaimed vertical dance company, which will be immediately followed by the dedication of the Cynthia Meade Sargent 60 Music Salon and the premiere of a newly commissioned piece by Grammy Award-winning composer Augusta Reed Thomas, performed by the Wellesley College Chamber Singers and the Parker Quartet. Now, without further ado, it is my honor and my thrill to present Bandaloops.
Con toda palabra, con toda sonrisa, con toda mirada, con toda caricia, me acerco al agua, bebiendo tu beso, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo. Es ruego el quererte, es canto de mudo, mirada de ciego, secreto desnudo. Me entrego a tus brazos, con miedo y con calma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma. Con toda palabra, con toda sonrisa, con toda mirada, con toda caricia, me acerco al fuego que todo lo quema, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo. Es ruego el quererte, es canto de mundo, mirada de ciego, secreto desnudo. Me entrego a tus brazos, con miedo y con calma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma. abraza con toda mirada, con toda caricia. Me acerco al fuego que todo lo quema, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo.
Now I'd like to introduce 4 members of our music faculty who will be performing along with Bandaloops in the next part of the performance. They are Gabby Diaz, Andrew Eng, Jane Stockman, and Rebecca Thornblade.
don't want those.
I'm definitely adrenalized. And it is, I wouldn't say terrifying, it's definitely a lot of fun. But it is definitely thrilling and exciting also.
There's a lot of safety that goes into it, so the terrifying aspects get taken out of it because of our culture of safety that we have.
Is it difficult doing normal dancing after you've done that for a while?
You don't quite have the same jump on the ground as you do on the side of the building, and that can be a bit of a letdown. But all of the dancers are trained dancers on the ground first, and so I think that's home to everyone. Yeah. In a way.
There are times where it looks like you're flying. Do you feel like that? Or?
Absolutely.
Talk about how it feels.
It definitely feels like we're flying. I think that's a draw to doing the work. Yeah, it depends on the different pieces and how tall the buildings are. Determines how much we're flying or for how long we get the opportunity to be in the air. This piece, the last piece with the four of us and the live string quartet, had a lot of thinking and counts. So there's a lot of intricacies also in play within the flight.
Is it different? Is the dance very different according to the building and the space? And
Very different. If it's a really tall building like a skyscraper, everything is slowed down. So you jump off the building and the rope acts as a sail, and you might be in the air for 9 seconds. Whereas on a shorter building like this one, you jump out and you come right back in.
how big a factor is wind?
It definitely influences your dancing. It also, again, depends on the height of the building. Is when we're on a really tall building, the wind tends to push you around a little more. So you're always kind of negotiating the weather and as well as the building.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever had to call it for wind and stuff like that?
We have, absolutely. If there's high winds, especially the small dancers can get kind of blown around the side of a building, or the tails, the ropes can get wrapped and tangled. We've called it for wind probably more than for rain. We can dance in the rain if the audience will stand it. We'll stand it usually.
Now, how do you? Are there guys up there pulling those wires, or is there a machine, or how do you do that?
No, it's our anchors are on the roof, and the dancers are using self-locking belay devices. This is called a rig. So they're controlling their descent the whole time. There's no one operating anything on the roof.
You seem to be going up sometimes, though. Is that an optical illusion?
Optical illusion.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you decide to get into this form of dance?
It's so fun. I saw the company performing and thought that would be a really, really fun, exciting, and challenging thing to do. And I had been a dancer. All of us had been dancers on the ground for many years, and so to take it to a new level, literally.
Yeah. For me, it has a lot of challenges that come that I don't experience quite in the same way on the ground. And I took one workshop and just kind of got hooked to the feeling of being in the air and just how different the body feels in a vertical plane as opposed to as we normally stand on the ground.
con toda sonrisa, con toda mirada, con toda caricia, me acerco al agua, bebiendo tu beso, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo. Es ruego el quererte, es canto de mudo, mirada de ciego, secreto desnudo. Me entrego a tus brazos, con miedo y con calma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma. Con toda palabra, con toda sonrisa, con toda mirada, con toda caricia, me acerco al fuego que todo lo quema, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo. Es ruego el quererte, es canto de mundo, mirada de ciego, secreto desnudo. Me entrego a tus brazos, con miedo y con calma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma, un ruego en la boca, un ruego en el alma. Con toda palabra, con toda sonrisa, con toda mirada, con toda caricia, me acerco al fuego que todo lo quema, la luz de tu cara, la luz de tu cuerpo.